What's up, guys? Day trade knockouts here. I got another video for you. It's gonna be a quick one. Don't get the cowboy hat today. I didn't forget it. But what we're gonna be talking about is the importance of patience and how it helped me do better with my trading today, and a few key points to go over. So real quick, let's get into the video. So first off, I just wanted to point out that with my trading, what I've been doing is I have personally been taking more trades. I've been more of a high volume trader, as I've been mentioning before. Now, the thing about it is, with it, it's been making me put more risk on the table more frequently, putting me in harm's way more frequently, and also just making me a little bit more sloppy. But I've been working on some of the kinks. And one thing that I instinctively did through more screen time experience and just overall getting better as a trader, I managed to I managed to be able to what should we call it? To be able to find a way to have some distance with the charts while simultaneously looking for the most opportunities as possible. And the way I did that was I wouldn't constantly look at the charts because one problem is that as I'm looking for my setups and we're at a specific level, an alert triggers, something like that, what I would do is I would just be super antsy looking at every single candlestick chart and just watching, anticipating every single move. And then as I get more bored, more anxious, tension builds up, I typically make sloppy mistakes. Now, there's sometimes where you should completely avoid the markets and just for like 10, 15 minutes, don't even care. But there's other times where you do want to be analyzing each 5 minute bar close. So what I do personally is, and this helped me on today's session, and typically on a day like this, because I did have a $0 break even day, but typically on a day like this, what more likely would have happened before is I would have had small losses that would have ate up at each other and a bunch of paper cut wounds that would have subtracted and pretty much almost nullified the win that I had yesterday. And it was a decent sized winner. So that was improvement today. As I only took one trade, gave it a shot. As it didn't work out, I exited and I was done for the day. But what I did is every single time we would get a close on a candle, I would analyze it. Then I would close Thinkorswim. I would put an alert for 3 to 4 seconds, and then I'd come back to the chart to analyze the close of that candle, and then I would adjust depending on the data that's given to me. I'd look at internals and do the whole 9 yards of what I typically would do. But that's just one thing. And the reason that's important is because, again, everything I mentioned, there are days that are lower conviction and you don't want to get involved with, okay? There are days with higher conviction where you do want to get involved with. The context of the market right now is appearing as if overall other time frame institutional buyers and sellers haven't fully made a decision yet, and we are in a bit of a choppy auction type of market where it's indecisive and no one side is fully in control at the moment on the buyers or seller side. So obviously with higher time frame context and what's going on with the big boys that trade big capital, you don't really want to get involved as the decision is being made. You want to be able to be alongside with the one that's in control, and nobody's dominated the market at this moment. We have to wait for auction rotation and all the chop and a decision to be made. Let people decide what it is they want to do, and then go along with with the edge in the market. And you find the edge by gauging the psychology of the other time frame institution, and you get alongside the winners, and you get alongside the ones that have control. And that's currently not happening in the market. I was able to analyze all that higher time frame context, and when you take that into consideration, you have a little bit less of a probability of wanting to take a trade. And I was looking for the bear setup. I did attempt one as we had a break below this candle right here, the lower body. We ended up going here, and again, due to the context of what happened and how there hasn't really been a decision that's made, after the close of this candle, I just decided to exit it out because that was good enough for me. It was $0 break even, and if something else did come along, I'd be willing to look for a reattempt. Now, if I was to just analyze the charts so closely, what would have happened is because knowing me and my personality, again, you have to take your personality and your habits into consideration. If I just looked at the charts the entire time without exiting out of the screen, what would have happened is I would have been impulsive and took in the wrong chart. However, I still had to analyze every single bar, so I found the balance for me. Simply put, I close the chart, I wait for the close of the candle, put a timer for 3 to 4 minutes to wait for the next close of the candle, repeat the process until we finally have a confirmation candle that we were looking for. And this is to analyze each bar without just anxiously looking at the charts and trying to lower the probability of making impulsive decisions. That's the importance of patience because, again, with patience, the most important part with it is defense. And with the defense, you will. It's not even about having big losers because they happen every once in a while, but you want to have those happen the least amount because you're not supposed to let them happen. But with defense, the most important part to me is to make small winners and keep them when it's time. With break even or small losing days, don't add up to the losses and don't make a small cut turn into 3 or 5 paper cuts. That's the most important part with defense, is that will eat away at your P&L and cause problems for you in the long run. So with that being said, guys, that's all I had to say. So besides that, stay safe.